Well, this is BroadswordMedia coming to you from outside. Beautiful day today. This guy's patio, so.
Yeah, very beautiful out. We're out underneath the shade, avoiding getting sunburned. And today, we're going to do a review on The Dictator.
Yeah, Sacha Baron Cohen. He plays this dictator from country of Wadia, fictional. And, he plays Aladdin.
Yes, Aladdin. At first, when I saw it, I thought it said Aladdin, which I thought was kind of weird.
Aladdin, yeah.
But Aladdin. And, quite frankly, this movie, it's worth watching. It's got the typical Sacha Baron Cohen feeling that you get out of any of his movies, like Borat, or I never seen Bruno or anything like that.
Yeah, I saw Borat. I didn't really laugh that much. There were times I never saw Bruno, but
Yeah.
I don't know. I like this movie a lot better.
Yeah, this movie was hilarious. I was laughing the whole time, and like they include some interesting, like some smart jokes in there too, not just a bunch of dumb comedy as well.
Yeah, it was kind of a mixture. I mean, some of them it was just kind of like, they threw out there to see if it worked or not. Some of them didn't, but most of them did. I was laughing consistently throughout the entire film.
Yeah, exactly. It's rare to find a movie like that nowadays where you actually can be laughing, throughout the entire film. It's just really hard to come by. A lot of films just are not as funny because so many jokes are already done,
Well, it's interesting because we haven't actually had a lot of comedies lately.
That's a good point.
There was Think Like a Man, which we might do in the future. That movie was hilarious. Anyway, getting back to this. So pretty much, Sacha Baron Cohen, he comes to the UN to because they want him to. They want his country to become a, what is it called? Democracy. There we go.
Yeah.
That's what we have here, I think. Not really, but.
Yeah. No
So he comes and he gets kidnapped and they shave off his beard and they no longer recognize him.
Yeah, and in his place, they hired an imposter who looks completely identical to him to say the words they want him to say so that they can become this democracy. But for all the wrong reasons. There's a man, Aladdin's uncle Tamir, played by Ben Kingsley, who wants to be the man in charge.
Yeah, pretty much he just, Aladdin's an idiot, so he wants to get rid of him. So he can pretty much sell off, their oil reserves to the oil companies. Getting to pretty much the good parts of this movie, it was really Sacha Baron Cohen. He's pretty much flawless. His role was much more scripted. However, you do see at the end credits that a lot of it was improvised as well. So him doing different lines and stuff. If you stay in, after the.
Yeah, that's right. Don't forget to stay until after the credits. They show some pretty interesting scenes during the credits that are pretty ridiculous as well. Not as ridiculous as the whole entire movie, of course, but nonetheless, it's worth staying through a small portion of the credits just to see.
The problem with this movie, really, the plot, it's as shallow as as a small children's pool or something, but
it's a typical plot. I've heard of plots like this before. Actually, the plot reminded me of Iron Man 1, ironically. It was kind of a similar plot to that kind of thing.
Yeah,
it's been done so many times.
Yeah, you've seen this 1,000 times.
Yeah.
So, it was funny, but ultimately, other than that, there wasn't really much there. Nothing to really awe you. Nothing to be like, oh, hey, I've never seen that before.
Yeah, it was mostly just a dumb comedy that it's just there just to put you in a cheerful mood. Really, I gotta emphasize that the casting choices were actually I'd say for the most part pretty good. I was surprised when I actually, just in general, when I saw Anna Faris playing the role she was playing, because I've always known her for like the scary movies and for always playing some dumb bimbo, but for once I saw her actually playing someone who was actually intelligent, and she actually did a pretty good job at doing so.
Yeah, I think the real kind of like the gooey part of this movie is at the end where he addresses the UN, and he says this he gives a speech saying what's great about having a dictatorship opposed to democracy, However, we already have those things in our democracy ourselves. So
Yeah, it was a really funny joke. We don't want to give away like what he said, but just listen to it and you'll get it. It's ridiculous.
yeah, if you know anything about politics, then you pretty much get it.
Yeah.
So that's yeah.
But as for numbers, like we both said, this movie got it gave us a lot of laughs the whole time through. But the plot, it was pretty cliche. It's been done so many times before. So because I enjoyed it a lot, I'll give it an 8 out of 10. But I'm not going to go any higher because plot's been done so many times.
Yeah, other than the comedy kept me laughing. Not much in it. I'm gonna go with 5.9.
Very reasonable rating, I'd say. So overall, that brings us to 6.9. So that's still fairly good. And I would recommend the movie just if you want to get a bunch of laughs at some dumb comedy. If you want like a really emotional story, try something else.
And don't forget to rate, comment, subscribe.